So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to my Mega iPhone Collection Part 2. Now, the first video I did this Mega iPhone Collection months ago. I will link that down below in the description area, card up above, so you guys can check out the older video and see how far we have come here. Now, I will update this again as we fill in more iPhones into this collection here, but I don't make this video to show off to you or to brag. I make this video because I want to be totally transparent with you which iPhones I'm currently testing and rocking out with on the channel. So if you don't see your particular phone in the video, it might be because I just don't have it in the collection at this current moment. So let's begin with the first one, which is the iPhone 2G. Now, this phone has stopped receiving updates quite a long time ago, and I simply got this phone so we can do, old school funny comparisons between the iPhone 2G and the upcoming iPhone 10 for its 10th year anniversary. So that will be coming to the channel later this year. And this guy is running iOS 3. I don't think it's running the first version. 3, I don't believe, is the first version here. And it actually runs pretty smooth here for being such an old iPhone, but we're not making this video to talk about, smoothness, reliability, and things like that. We're just discussing the collection here. Moving on to the next one is the iPhone 4S. And yes, this is the 4S. It's actually dead. It has no power right now, but this is the 4S. It does have the Siri, the first iPhone with Siri here. And one of the first iPhones that really got a speed improvement in the iPhone 4S. I think this was the last phone that came out right after Steve Jobs' passing, rest in peace. But this was a fantastic phone for its time. Great build quality, one of my favorite designs all time. So the 4S is in this list here. Now, we also have the iPhone 3GS. I probably should have talked about this one first because this one was, actually before the iPhone 4 even. So I don't have the iPhone 4. Don't have the iPhone 3G, but I do have the iPhone 3GS and the 4S. So you can see right here, this is running iOS 6, one of my favorite iOS versions of all time here in the iPhone 3GS. Some people like the new flat UI. I kind of like the old skeuomorphic design here of the 3GS. So that one is in the collection. Now, moving on to the iPhone 5S. I actually have 3 iPhone 5Ss. This one right here is running iOS 10. This is the Gold Boy, 64 gigabyte. Over here, I do have another iPhone 5S, which I didn't turn on for this video. This is a 16 gigabyte space gray iPhone 5S, and this is running iOS 11, the latest and greatest software here. And over here, I have an old beat up iPhone that's all cracked up that, it went through its life and it's no longer living. So there is the iPhone 5S beat up. So I got 3 of those. I just keep it around just to look at it once in a while and see just what it went through. Okay, guys, so I also have the iPhone 6. Now, I have slowed iPhone 6 videos due to this crack. I'm not sure if that's actually safe to be, making videos with a cracked iPhone. Also, I really obsess a little bit about quality, so I don't think it looks that pretty to make videos about an iPhone 6 with a cracked screen. But if you got an iPhone 6 and you don't care about this crack and you still want to see content on it regardless of the crack, let me know down below, because I really haven't felt like going out and buying another iPhone 6 lately. It's just not something that I think is worth the time right now. We got the Google Pixel 2 coming up. We got the iPhone 10 coming up. There's a lot of content coming up. But if you want to see more iPhone 6 content, go ahead and drop it down below. But just be aware that on this channel, it does have a crack on it. And if I keep messing around with it like that, it's going to have more cracks on it. So let's go ahead and get into the next one, which is the iPhone SE. I have 2 iPhone SEs. I have a pink iPhone SE, as you probably are well aware of from this channel, and a black iPhone SE, or a space gray version, running iOS 10 over here and running iOS 11 here on this iPhone SE. So both of these are pretty fast phones. People love them here on the channel, and I got 2 of those boys here in the collection. Now, moving up to the next phone I do have is the iPhone 7. So I have a rose gold iPhone 7, 32 gigabyte. This one was actually sold to me by my brother. Funny story, somebody actually bought an iPhone 7, shipped it to his house. It was the wrong address, and they said, forget it, I don't want it. And he basically sold it to me for a really super low, good price here. And that's how I got this iPhone 7 here on the channel. Now, earlier in the year, I had someone loan me iPhone 7. So some of the phones you've seen on this channel, have been loaned from time to time and let me use for testing reasons and purposes. So that's why you've seen stuff like the iPhone 7 last year. You've seen the iPhone 6S in the past, the smaller one, because I have people that help me, let me use it to test these phones out in reviews. Going back to this side, I forgot to talk about the iPhone 5. That's also in the collection. This is the only 5 I got. I haven't really been, too into the 5. I've had 2 5s before this. I actually threw one against the wall because it was lagging up, cracked it, and got rid of it. Then I got another iPhone 5, which I sold for a white 5S, and I sold that white 5S for another iPhone you see here on the table. I don't know which one it was, but I got rid of that white 5S we used to cover here on the channel. So that's the iPhone 5 right there. We talked about the cracked iPhone 5S. Over here is my iPhone 6s Plus. This was my first, foray into the Plus models, and one of my favorite. I love the iPhone Plus series. It just offers the biggest screen of the bunch here so far until iPhone 10 series comes out. And it's always been the phone that felt like the most premium in my eyes. And I still think that the iPhone 6s Plus is a fantastic bargain. And I will be doing an upcoming video, iPhone 6s Plus versus iPhone 7, should you buy it? Because a lot of people are wanting to get one of those two currently due to their price points being very similar still on the Apple Store. So that's the iPhone 6s Plus. Now, I do have the iPhone 7 Plus as well. I did go with jet black, which I talked about before, and I continue to believe I regret getting this decision or making this decision on jet black. I know it looks pretty on camera, but believe me, in person, this thing scratches up extremely easy, and it doesn't look, very pretty upon close inspection. So this one didn't stand the test of time, and I did baby this thing, and it still has scratches on it. I even have a dent right there at the bottom. So I didn't really like the jet black color, but I think the 7 Plus itself, the phone itself, was fantastic. It's a fast phone, and it's just amazing. So the 7 Plus, I don't like the jet black so much, but it's been an amazing phone, and it remains in my collection. Haven't decided to sell it, even though I just updated to the iPhone 8 Plus. Now, I did buy the iPhone 8 Plus strictly for video purposes, but I found out that this is an extremely powerful phone, the most powerful phone in the world, and I was actually going to get the smaller 8 for the channel, but I did a poll, and everybody voted. They clearly wanted to see the iPhone 8 Plus more than the smaller iPhone 8. Now, I might bring the iPhone 8 to the channel, the smaller one, depending on the interest. I don't see a super high interest. A lot of people say that, well, why does nobody bring the smaller iPhone 8 to the channel? I think it's just because the market is going towards larger phones. And then these two boys over here are actually not even real iPhones. I just thought I'd throw them in because they're funny. The iPhone clone, this one's from China. This actually didn't turn out to be the real one. This is the dummy unit, and that's the real one right there. So this is actually the full size of the iPhone 10 that is coming. It's the exact same dimensions. This is from a case company. Yesco sent this one out, and they're going to go ahead and provide you with cases so you can check them out as well. But these are basically the iPhone 10 clone dummy phones right here. And that's basically it here on my iPhone collection part 2. And I added a few iPhones to this list from the last video, and it's continuing to grow. So if you guys have any video suggestions on any of these iPhones, if you're sick of them, drop it down below. If you want to see new videos on them, drop it down below. Let us know your favorite iPhone. Let us know which ones you have in the bunch. Let's chat about it down below in the comment section of this video. And if you want to see a part 3 to this series when this iPhone collection gets even larger, let me know down below as well. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will catch you all in the next one. Be sure to be well, and peace.